Want the inside scoop on this game and all things Trojans? Be sure to sign up for the 3 Torches presented by Smart & Final. It's a free newsletter. It'll hit your email inbox 3 times a week with game info, player insights, and more. Go to usctrojans.com/3torches and sign up. And Monster Energy, the official energy drink partner of USC. Tear into a can of the meanest energy drink on the planet, Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. We've got the full cast up here for a football roundtable. Jordan Moore, Shaun, Cody, Kessler, Keely Eure. Guys, that was the game that they didn't win last season. I mean, it's maybe an oversimplification for sure, but it was a brutal atmosphere. I mean, it was awesome. It wasn't brutal. It was so fun. I mean, for us at least, I didn't have to get the snap count off, but it was so great. It was two, I don't know if it evenly matched teams. I think USC is a better team, and I think in the Coliseum probably wins that game, more comfortably, but it was just not an easy football game at all. Not a lot went right, and they pulled it out. How did they do it?
Well, Cody always says bring your run game, and that was something that USC had to rely on. It was an uncharacteristic performance, like you talked about, Cody, from Jaden Mayava. But I just think we got to give credit to the Miller brothers, both of them. You talk about offensive line depth. I feel like it's been a new lineup every single week, and this was no different when Alani Noah went down. So the fact that Kaylon Miller was able to step up, I asked Coach Riley about that after the game, and he said Kaylon was acting as backup center the past couple of weeks, so he didn't even get reps at right guard. He just went in there and performed. So the fact that he was able to step up, and then obviously we've talked so much about King Miller and how he's bet on himself and done well. So the fact that they were able to lean on 2 walk-ons in that regard is just incredible.
And freshman, you called him a freshman earlier, and I forgot. I was like, that's usually the qualification you get. It's like, oh, King's doing this as a freshman. Now we're adding freshman walk-on. It's sort of like choose your qualification.
Yeah, that walk-on tag probably won't last much longer. It shouldn't, at least. I know Coach Riley's mentioned that. But for me, this game was just weathering the storm. Sometimes when you go in those atmospheres, when you're on the road, bad things are going to happen. You understand that. It's just how do you overcome those? And the biggest one for me was Jaden Mayava. He struggled in this game, didn't play his best. But what I loved is that he started using his legs. And I've been saying that for the last couple of weeks. When you're an athletic quarterback like that, you're not always going to be at your best when it comes to throwing the football, and you're playing against the number 2 pass defense in the country, and you could see why they were. They do a great job with that 3-3-5. You're getting 7 or 8 guys in coverage almost every single play, so there's not going to be windows to throw the football all game long, but you can help the team with your legs, and he did just that. And then obviously King Miller, keep giving him his crown. He's really stepping up for this football team.
Yeah, it just felt like the defense kind of just let the team hang in there, especially in that first half when it was kind of rolling. It just felt like Nebraska had the momentum, the place. It seemed like every play the crowd was going nuts, and we couldn't make a negative play. And we finally got we got a 3-and-out on defense, and you felt the game kind of settle in. Then it was like, okay, we can play, and it kind of felt like the team felt like that. What I thought a really good defensive performance. Obviously, you're able to knock their quarterback out, and that really kind of changed the outcome of the game, and did a good job in realizing how Nebraska was trying to attack them on defense in the run game, but also taking those shots, trying to draw PIs and those things.
Look, I'm an offensive guy, but I love what Jaden said after the game. The defense won us that football game. I know the run game wasn't perfect and stopping the run, but the start of the second half where we got them to a 3-and-out, then we have an interception. We give them great field position, and then we force their turnover. Then we go down, get a turnover on downs on offense, and then force a missed field goal after that. To me, that was a changing point in that game. So that's huge credit to the defense. Thought they did a great job of stepping up. And that's good to see after the performance they had against Notre Dame to fix some of those issues and go out and win you a game on the road.
And to both of their points, I believe this is the first time that USC's offensive starters have had punts back-to-back, let alone to open the game. So for that 3-and-out after USC's second offensive series, it was so big for USC's defense to kind of just be like, okay, let's hit pause, let's reset, because in that environment, if you continue to let both sides get going, it's hard to come back.
And you mentioned the injury to Dylan Raiola. Would it have been a different outcome? Sure, you can argue that. You can always play the what-if game, but the good defenses make a freshman look like a freshman, and that's exactly what they did when the backup came in. So, I don't want to take away from this defense. They played a really good football game, especially in the second half.
Mayava's stat line is wild. He completed 9 passes in the game, and he ran it 11 times. I got to imagine that's the first time a Lincoln Riley team has ever won a game where the quarterback completed fewer passes than he had rush attempts, right? I mean, that truly is out of character the way that they won this game, and so sort of shows some character that they were able to do it not in the formulaic we throw for 350 yards kind of way that we have seen. And so here they are, guys. We talked about it so much in the pregame show, how pivotal this game was, this turning point potentially for the season, and now it really feels that way. Now it's like, hey, 2 home games. You're going to be favored coming up. Not easy games, but definitely games that you feel like you should win, and then all to play for, maybe at the end. This is exciting.
No, yeah. I mean, you can feel it. The guys are excited. The team was excited after the game. The locker room was ramped up. The plane was ramped up. So the feeling is there. Like, these games matter. We're in it. We're in the hunt. We got to just keep doing what we're doing. So the message is going down from the coach to the players. You can see it transpiring, and you can feel that the swell kind of rolling. That's why it's important for I think the Coliseum needs to be full of this Friday. You got to get out there.
I mean, they definitely did in the Michigan game. That was the last time we saw them. It just feels like a long time ago, but but this is it. I mean, they're right there. We haven't been in this situation many times in the playoff era.
And look, I know the team's not going to talk about it. They're focused one game at a time, but we can talk about it because that's what we do on the Roundtable. But look, I don't know. We need some things to happen for the Big Ten Conference to have a chance to play for a championship there. But if you go 10-2, and we talked about it on the tailgate show, Jordan, if you go 10-2 in the Big Ten, you're going to be in the college football playoff.
And I don't know if we have time for this, but what I'm so curious about, and Coach Riley's talked about it, is learning to win. And I felt like this game was definitely one in a layer of learning to win. For you guys, what does that look like, and how does that help you?
Shortest answer as possible.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I remember learning to win. It's the confidence at the end of games. I think when you can look to your sideline and know, hey, it's the fourth quarter. We expect to win. We're not hoping to win this game. We know we're going to win this game.
Yeah, regardless of what happens, you can still overcome it and have that championship mentality, and that's what we saw, I think, in this football game.
One more segment of Trojans Live to come. Trojans Live is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casino, a proud partner of USC football. Over Under, also presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Jordan Moore, Shaun, Cody Kessler, and Keely Eure. One final segment of Trojans Live as things are getting live around here. As I said, this is crossover season. Men's basketball has games on Monday and Sunday this week, both at Galen. Women's basketball has game Tuesday at Galen and Sunday in North Carolina. So if anyone's out
on
there,
ESPN.
Yeah, NC State, that'll be a heck of a game. And then football is bumped up to Friday. So women's volleyball, is on fire as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Water polo knocked off Stanford and Cal, their number 1 team in the country. So this is sort of peak USC time right here. So everyone, get out here and enjoy it, be a part of it. Over Under, guys. 7 yards per carry for King Miller this season. Right now, he's at 7.83, which is third in the Big Ten. Can he maintain that 7 number in yards per carry?
I'm going to say under. I think Iowa has a good run defense.
Yeah, Iowa's going to be tough.
Yeah, and
Oregon is obviously
Oregon is going to be a tough challenge. So I think
you just rack that up against the Bruins.
It'll be tough. It'll be tough to stay at over a 7, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to go under 2, and no knock on him. It's just the quality of opponents that we have still to play this year, and it's tough. I mean, I'll take over 4 yards per carry. If you're getting a first down every 2 or 3 times you touch the ball, I'll take it. 7 is unbelievable, though, so, I hate to bet against him.
He's at 7.83. I mean, he's at almost 8 yards.
But the more carries you get, the more, obviously it's going to even out a little bit, but, man, it's been so much fun watching him play some football this year.
And he was above it against Nebraska. I mean,
crazy.
It seemed like it.
I'm taking the under, and I'm going to have a totally optimistic take on this. I think partially because he'll have less attempts because Wayman Jordan will come back, and that's my optimism right there.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. I mean, it's amazing how good a good player can sort of make you forget about the other thing. But yeah, we don't really know the timetable on Waymo, but it certainly sounds like he's has a chance to come back this season, and he was at 6.6 yards per carry, and that continues to be the story of this team is that their offense has that type of diversity to it.
And I thought it was. I think you talked about Jaden's legs, right? I thought legs. That's what opened up that last touchdown for King Miller was that play. I think so. You get the legs from Jaden, then you get the run game from USC.
Yeah,
and Jaden, you've been calling for it, Cody, all season. I talked to him after the game. He basically said, "Well, kind of throwing wasn't working, so I just tried the last resort, which was running, and it worked."
You know what he didn't say? He didn't say he watched the Victory podcast.
That's it.
Keely
he said, "Shout out Cody Kessler for all the advice." More advice to come. Just stay right here. Hey, it's a busy time. It's a busy time right here on the USC Trojans Media Network. Fight on.